big question. It's like everyone's noticing this. It used to be like very little comment, but in the last 3-4 weeks, a lot of comment, tons of comment. Why are house prices falling so fast in Ontario now? Okay. Great question. Because if you think about it, the peak in prices was 2022, March of 2022. Some say February, call it March. So after that, everything really slowed down. And obviously rates were way up too. 100% rates were way up in 22, still high in 23, gradually started coming down in 24. So why didn't the real impact we're seeing today, like we're seeing an impact today in Southern Ontario, stuff we always talked in all through 2023 and 24, we said, you know what? The prices of the condos are screwed blue. Some of the people out there on the edges, like in the far reaches of Pickering and Hamilton, maybe some of them, and Niagara, and, the really far away places, they're having a bit of trouble. They're down 20, 25%. But, it's pretty solid in 416. 416, very solid. Don't see much price erosion, maybe just a few percent, 5%, 6%. Well, guess what? Like the prices everywhere are down now. Yes, Central 416, still not as bad, but clearly, obviously down. Down in all categories, down in all regions of Ontario, grinding lower, but not at the pace of Ontario and British Columbia. Calgary prices grinding down a bit, the bloom is definitely off in Calgary, okay? The hot markets cooled off. Things are still fine. Things are still fine in Quebec, Saskatchewan. Not much happens in Manitoba anyway, but they're okay. And Atlantic, they're all okay. Prices like Quebec has last year they had one of their best real estate years in history. So yeah, things are fine there. But why is it so god awful in Ontario now? Like seriously, there's some big numbers happening. There's like 905. You can find all that huge suburban area around City of Toronto. You can find 35% price drop from 2022. You could find 40% price drops. Yeah, easily, not hard, okay? You could find 45, not as many. You even can find some absolute catastrophes, like 50% off. That's rare. It's very rare. It's special areas. It's like somebody overpaid ridiculously at Brampton and shoved 16 students in it, foreign students. Now the students are gone. Somebody who bought in Fort Erie, which is just outside of Niagara, and they just lost their minds and paid like an insane price in 2021. Yeah, 50% off. I'm not kidding. Or somebody who just also equally lost their mind in North Pickering and paid ridiculous money for a house. And people who made mistakes too, like everybody who made a mistake, started a reno and sort of ran out of money, they are getting clipped. Okay, like it's just a disaster. Okay, they're powered out of their house because that's what's causing it. Power sales, foreclosures. That's what's causing it. Now, you might say to yourself, again, well, why didn't we see them in 23, Ron? The rates went through the roof. Where were these power sales? You're right. They were very, very low in 2020. Like 90-day default at banks in 2023 was like 16 basis points. It was nothing. That's like a super historic lows. It's crazy low, okay? That's all roaring back. Some banks are at 40 basis points, and you don't want to know what that looks like. You don't want to know what it looks like in just the GTA region, how bad that is. All right, so why now? Why is it happening now? Because the big issue that drives power sales, it's not rates. It never was rates, okay? Rates went to 18% 30 years ago. There was some power sales. There weren't all power sales. So it's almost never rates drive people out of a house, force them to stop paying their mortgage. It's employment. It's the economy. That's what causes the problem. It's revenue loss. It's when the revenue used to make the mortgage payment dries up and blows away, okay? And that's all the rentals. That's all the student rentals. It's student rental mayhem out there. Like everybody who had a student rental, foreign students are gone, and apparently they're going to reduce them even more. Like the federal government budget announced still a further reduction in foreign students to the point where it's the lowest point in a decade, more than a decade. So student rental destruction, when your revenue goes, you don't have any more of that student rents coming in, you're hooped. You're done. What are you going to do? You've tried to put a family in there. Sometimes they don't want it. And sometimes that's a income reduction on the property of 50 or 60%. You can't live with 50 or 60% income reduction. You just got to walk away because the value's dropped. Hey, buddy, you were using that as student rental, right? Yes, I was. Well, there's no more students, dipshit, so we're not paying anywhere near the price you paid. So it becomes hard to sell. The revenue's gone. They just hand in the keys and walk away. A lot of times it's not that bad for the banks yet. These are all kinds of private lenders and alternative lenders getting blown up. But let's look at the features of this. It's immigration slowing. The budget again declared reductions in immigration. It's about student rentals just being obliterated, okay? It's about rental collapse. Like rents in British Columbia and Ontario, they're down 10% in 2.5 years and falling. Yes, falling thanks to the condo catastrophe and other madness and the terrible economy. And you can't survive that. If your revenue's gone, you can't make the payments. It's just that simple. Like it's not like it's gone down. It's not like your income's gone down $1,000 a month. It's gone down $3,000 a month. You're done. So with all these things happening, there's no money to pay the mortgage. And at that point, that's when there are power sales. And we're seeing it now. And by the way, really important to understand, power sales take 6 months at best. If people want to fight the power sale, they can go for 1.25 years. I know that sounds funny. You're not paying. How do you fight? Still, people do. So we're seeing the power sales that are happening today were started in some cases over 1 year ago. Yeah, that's right. So it's going to get worse. Yeah, it's going to get worse. It has to get worse because the student disappearance is it's less than 1 year old. So yeah, it's going to get worse. It's going to be worse in 2026 than it is today. First half of next year, it's going to be bad, really bad. Anyone who tells you, just wait for the spring, it's going to come back in the spring, these rates are down, it's going to come back in the spring, just tell them to shut up, okay? That is not going to happen. There's no way this economy is going to allow it to happen.